The day has finally arrived. And that means Blackpool Branches, Ormskirk, Preston, Blackpool is finally here. Before I get into it and get too excited, I want to say a big thanks to Dovetail for letting me have early access, 24 hours. Actually, I've got more than 24 hours. I'm allowed to show it you 24 hours before the public release. I've had it a couple of days before that. I'm recording this on Saturday before the release, and I've not looked at it yet. I want to say big thanks to them for sending this over. We're on the PC. God, I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is the best one yet. This is going to be the best one yet. I hope you're sharing this with me. I will actually be putting out another video, which is more about the nostalgia of this route for me and what it means to me personally. So I've put a short one together. You'll see that on the feed. That's for later. This is the first look. I've loaded it up. We're in the menus. I've not even been into it yet. Let's take a look together. And this one's pre-recorded, as I said. We will be live on Monday evening. If you want to join me then to have a chat about that, look for that in the schedule. But for now, if we go to choose the route, there it is. Welcome to the Blackpool Branches. This route runs for 48 miles between Blackpool, Preston and Ormskirk, featuring local, regional and express passenger along with freight and parcel services. So let's just click on that and see what we've got. Training modules. We've got the route introduction. I think we will jump into that actually, and we'll just see what that is all about. Then we've also got 5 scenarios. Blackpool illuminations. You would expect the illuminations to be included somewhere, wouldn't you? Tick controllers 1Z09. Illumination special originating from Bournemouth and hauled by a Class 47 diesel locomotive. Drive the final leg of the tour with 47,555 from Preston to Blackpool North. That's half an hour. That's a nice one. Oiled up. Well, that's quite a big description, isn't it? So that looks like an oil train going up the Burnnays branch. So that's 50 minutes. The DMU debacle. That's about a stranded pacer that needs some help. Back and forth engineering works in the Solwick area, running a shuttle service from Preston to Ormskirk and back again. Quite nice. And then of course we got the Gronk, haven't we? We'll look at the locos in a moment, but having finished your morning break, find yourself ready to get to work shunting various coaching stock around the Blackpool North area. I believe they covered that one in the DTG preview stream last Thursday, so we've seen that one before if you've seen that stream. Let's have a quick look at the services. 254 services. Now I have got all the layers here on PC. Just as a point of note, I'm on the PC because the PS5 isn't available yet over the weekend, so the PS5 version isn't available, so I'm doing this on the PC, which is fine. We'll do a bit of both over the coming weeks. But 254 services, and that is across the Class 08, the 101, the 31, which is still one of my favourite locos, if not the favourite in the game. I don't know why that is. Class 20, the Class 142, of course. If we click on that, you can see all the liveries that we've got. Provincial, orange, 2-car. What's this one at the top? That's also 2-car. What's the difference to that one? 1985 to 1991, and this one's 1993 and more recently. The 142 in orange, of course, and we've also got the skipper. That's quite nice. And we've got an 89 to 96 as well there in the skipper. That's quite nice. So, as well as the Northern Transpennine and Heavy Freight Pack DLCs, the 45 and the 40, the 47 you will get with this DLC. So if you just buy this DLC, you've got nothing else. You will get the Class 47, you will get the 142, and you will get the Class 08 as well. Everything else that you see on here, including the 8F, that is all coming in layered from the different DLCs. So I say we jump in and we'll do the training module and we'll have a listen to this. and then we'll jump in and do a service, I think. So let's get into it. This will take 10 minutes. And we are riding a Class 142 Provincial Blue livery and learn all about the Blackpool Branches line. I'm so excited for this. Let's do it. The anticipation. Here we go.
Welcome to Preston Station, the heart of the Blackpool Branches, Preston, Blackpool and Ormskirk route. Situated on the West Coast Main Line, halfway between the stations at London Euston and Glasgow Central, it's a vital link for passengers travelling to the famous and popular seaside holiday destination of Blackpool, as well as other parts of the country. Looks like there's a missing route map over there. Let's head over to it and fix it whilst you're here.
Looks like we've got 47 coming through as well. Now, I will say this, right? You know that Preston is my home city. It's where I was born. I was bred and buttered in Preston, so I did also work here. I saw Preston Station on the preview stream, and I was pretty blown away. But this is the very first time that I've seen it myself in game, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a special just on Preston Station itself, but I won't cover it. So I won't cover it in too much detail at the moment. But let's go in and have a look. From what I can see right now, it is great. It really is. I don't remember these doors though. I do not remember the wooden doors, I have to say. But this is nice. Right, I said I wasn't going to cover Preston Station, so let's do it. Let's find the route map. There it is.
There are a lot more tasks across the route, so be sure to find and replace the missing route maps and enjoy eating the gingerbread. Ormskirk is famous for gingerbread. Fix the broken signs, collect the golf bags, and have fun with building sandcastles.
And we've even got Tom there doing the voiceover from Just Trains, which is quite nice, being as he was heavily involved in actually building the route with the rest of the team. Right, so let's go over to platforms 1 and 2, which is where these steps take us. There's two ways you can get over the steps. Or further down there, you might just be able to see it. Can you see the underpass just there? You can go down there, it comes up behind this building, and you can also come out. You can just see the railings there, up on 5 and 6, and then over on the 4 side as well. So you can come along this way, and also you can exit the station to the Butler Street entrance up there, or you can use the underpass. So let's do this. This is crazy. Because it's so familiar, it's absolutely crazy. It's bonkers.
Take a seat anywhere you like.
So this is the 142. Oh, look how these buttons light up. That's a really nice effect. That I don't recall seeing that kind of thing on anything else. That stands right out to me. So let's get on the 142, shall we? And we will sit in one of these famous bus seats. Now, I'm going to assume we're going towards Blackpool here. I could be wrong. In fact, before we do that, then we sit in the right place. Are we going forwards? Looks like we're going forwards here. Right, okay, so we're going to Blackpool. Shall we sit in this one? Let's sit in this one.
Our journey begins at Preston, which opened in 1838. As part of the key West Coast Main Line from London to Glasgow, it forms a central pivot point for the route and is an important interchange for trains throughout the northwest England. It provides connection from places such as Colne and Ormskirk to trunk services for Glasgow and London, among others. Services from Preston to York are also a regular feature. However, the bulk services leaving the station head to Manchester via Bolton.
This is
Blackpool
bonkers.
once had three
There's
stations:
Ladywell House.
Blackpool North, Central and South. Blackpool Central was closed in 1964, however the North and South stations still exist for you to explore. Formerly known as Blackpool Talbot Road, Blackpool North is now the main terminating station in the town. This station once comprised of 16 platforms but was cut down to 8 when the original station building was demolished and relocated to its current location. Blackpool South, formerly known as Waterloo Road, was made the sole terminus of the southern end of the town when Central Station closed in 1964.
There's St Walburg's Church. Done a
This
very
train is
good
the
job
British
on that.
Rail Class 142 diesel mechanical multiple unit in the provincial blue livery. The Class 142, known as the Pacer, was introduced between 1985 and 1987, with 96 units built. The unit was designed to keep its costs as low as possible to develop and uses the road bus design as its model. The Pacer has no bogies and has axles bolted directly to its chassis, which can result in some defining ride characteristics.
You're not kidding, Tom. It's a bouncy old thing, this.
Alongside the Class 142, you will also be able to drive the BR Class 47 diesel locomotive and the BR Class 08 diesel shunter. These locomotives will provide you with a wide variety of experiences, meaning you can drive all kinds of services encompassing passenger, freight and parcel trains. Set the pace and enjoy the journey through the wide variety of changing scenery of local travel in Trainsim World. You can drive to the famous seaside resort of Blackpool, head south via some beautiful countryside to Ormskirk, or go on the freight-only branch to Bernays. Look out for many landmarks along the way, such as the world-famous Blackpool Tower, the Blackpool Pleasure Beach, or even the Church of St Walburg's in Preston. Heading south, look for the Ribble Viaduct and Ainscombe Mill. Across the route, you will see characterful signal boxes and distinctive stations. Welcome to Blackpool Branches. Let the fun begin.
Let the fun begin. You are not kidding, Tom, with that. That was amazing. I know every inch of that where he's just been in that tutorial. I am so looking forward to this. I think that what we'll do is we're gonna go and well, there is a 142 introduction, but you know what? I might just leave that for you guys to get into. I think what we'll do is we will go into a service on this first look. You know, it's like you get a new DLC, there's lots and lots to cover, and I want to see everything right now, but I can't do that, it's not possible. But we'll do our best to cover it. I think probably what we should do on this first look, well, we'll take the 142. I think that's a given. And what we will do, we'll do Preston to, let's do Preston to Blackpool North. I think that's what we'll do. Let's have a look. So we've got Victoria to Blackpool North, which I assume is Preston to Blackpool North. Yep, 9:58. The dynamic weather is on. We'll leave that on. We'll leave it as clear, shall we? Then we can have a good look at what's along the route. Oh, let's get into it. So I haven't done the 142. I have driven the 142 in TS Classic. And here's a little snippet of what's coming in the other video. I have driven a 142 in real life as well, but only in a sidings. They didn't let me out on the track, as you will not be surprised to know, because that would be dangerous. But yeah, this is the one and only train I have really driven, which was quite a nice experience. Brief though it was. Alright, 2P59, Manchester Victoria to Blackpool North. Drive this passenger service from Preston to Blackpool North. So let's get into it. And we need to unlock the doors, so we'll do that. Let's have a look what we need to do. We've got the cab heater, heated screen, there's the signal buzzer. That is our wiper controls. Let's get the headlights on. Instrument panel is on. We'll have the destination light on. Now down here is the master key. And then we put this into forwards. Now the AWS is in a weird place, so normally we would go behind us, wouldn't we, up here, but actually the AWS is here. So you open the cover first, unisolate it, then we'll close that down. So I think that is everything in the cab. Let's just stand up and actually just have a quick look what is on the back wall. If anything, heaters, they're not clickable. What else have we got? Nothing there. We've got fuses. Don't think there's anything clickable there. Vestibule light we've got there. So you can flick that on and off depending on what time of night you are using the train. Guide screen, spare, blah blah blah. Nice. Does the blind operate? Don't think it does. Does the blind operate? Oh, it does. There you go. The blind does operate. That's quite nice. That's nice. Right, let's sit back down in the driver's seat. Shall we open a window? Let's listen to Tom on the announcements. I can't hear that. Is there an announcement at Preston? Maybe there isn't. Not until we get moving. Okay, fair enough. Let's have a quick look outside. Let's make sure our lights are on. Lock the doors. 10 o'clock. And there's the guide's whistle, which is also new. Ah, look at that. We haven't got the destination board set. Shall we do that? Let's just do that. We want Blackpool North, of course. There it is. No, we're not going south. We're going north. Let's check it. Blackpool North. There we go. Right, we're in business. So, it isn't a combined brake and throttle lever, so the brakes are working for me on the left hand side of the controller. Right hand side, of course, to throttle up. We got the minimal hood. 35 miles per hour out of Preston Station, platform 1. This is platform 1 that we're leaving from. Our first stop is Kirkham and Wesham, which is about 10 minutes time. One good thing about the Pacer is the speedometer is easy enough to see when using this minimal hood. I'm loving the detail. I seriously could not have imagined this route coming to TSW. This has got me all excited. If you've watched any of the previous videos that I've done about this, then you'll know I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. And it seems like forever, since they announced it, it seems like forever to it actually turning up. But I think, from what I saw in the preview, certainly, they've given it a lot of polish. And it's looking really good, so I'm pleased about that. There's Preston's signal box there, over on the left hand side. A couple of Pacers there, outside. Yeah, we do have a 75 current. Let me just take the throttle off now as we pass St Walburg's. This is Foul Junction. The general area where St Walburg's is called Maudlands, which is quite an unusual name, isn't it? I don't know where that originates actually. This is brilliant, this. So we're coming up towards Ashton. Oh, they've even got Tulcaf Mill. Right, so over there, you see the chimney? This here is Tulcaf Mill, and if you get close enough, that probably says Tulcaf there, that word on that tower. Tulcaf Mill, and that is still there today. Although it's been repurposed, obviously, from a mill. But that is still there now. That is quite a landmark. I'm so pleased that that's in. You can also see that from the West Coast Main Line as you're coming in to Preston from the north towards the south. You can see that. It's quite a landmark on the skyline. And this in the preview was great. So this is Tom Benson Way, this road. And I believe this DLC is set in 1986. I can't remember when this road was actually built, so this has been a nice, like, sort of reminder, confirmation of when it was built. But this is exactly like you see it now, as a 47 goes past the other way. And Tom Benson, who it's named after, he was actually a gas meter man. He used to come around people's houses in Preston and read the gas meter. But he didn't get a road named after him just for that. What he did was he did a lot of charity events, and one of those, Moor Park, which is opposite the football ground, Preston North End, is quite a big park, and he would walk around it 24/7, and do that for like 2 weeks at a time or more, which stopping for toilet breaks, and that's it. And he would raise money for charity by doing that. And when I was a kid, very, very famous. He was always doing it, and you could go down to Moor Park and you could accompany him around a section of the park. And yeah, I think he passed away some time ago, but it's nice that they honoured him with that road. He was Preston's famous gas man. I think it used to come up on TV and in the paper. So nice little bit of nostalgia there, definitely. But let's get back to driving the train. So we're allowed to do 75 now through this section. So we're just going through 60 miles per hour. And on this section of track, there's not as much bumping around, is there? Because you know the Pacer is famous for bouncing around. There's a little bit, I can see it, swinging side to side. But I think further on in the route, you'll see a lot more of that once we come off this stretch and get past Kirkham. Now, it would be remiss of me not to sound the horn, so shall we do that? Let's listen inside first. And let's go outside. That's nice. These chimneys that you can see, by the way, over here, this is British Nuclear Fuels, this, at Springfield. You can just see it coming up. Over there, that big building there, BNFL. And Solwick Station, that we're approaching, is mainly used for the workers at Solwick, and there are not many trains that stop at Solwick, so it's not a destination that many trains stop at all. I think Tom actually said it in the previous stream. I think there's about 3 trains per day that stop at Solwick, so it's quite a large station on here in this era. I think it's a little bit smaller now. Three miles outside Kirkham. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Are you picking this one up? What's your general feeling about it? We're 24 hours before the main release. Have you already made your mind up, or are you watching a couple of the streams today? Because all the ambassadors will be putting out content, it's worth saying. And there'll be plenty for you to go and have a look at today, as well as this. So, you know, you've got 24 hours to watch some of that stuff, soak it up. I've got a live stream coming up this evening, so come and join me for that. I think I'm going to go live about 6:30, but just have a look at the schedule on the channel and you'll see that. I would like to stream during the day, but I'm working. More is the pity. I would rather be spending all day on this, to be honest, as you know. But I will be there in the evening on Monday, so, you know, pop in, come and have a chat. I really want to know what you think about this. I think, see, I'm biased. I see this in a different light to probably many people, because it's one of my local routes, so I'm obviously hyped. I'm trying to look at the route from a neutral's perspective, and I still think that the amount of detail, the amount of local knowledge that's been put into this by Just Trains, I think everybody's going to enjoy this if they pick this up. So let me know what you think. it's great, isn't it, that all these new developers are coming in. It's not just Dovetail now that's making content. We've had Rivet for some time, and a couple of the others, Skyhook being one. But now there's more and more new developers coming in. And there was another one announced at the roadmap as well, wasn't there? So, you know, the quality of the content from developers just working on one thing at a time, it's stepping up, isn't it? This is a big step up, this. Look at that in the distance. The buildings coming into view as we come into Kirkham. Kirkham itself is over on the left hand side here. This is where Kirkham is, the town. Well, let's test the brakes out. We've got 800 yards to go. This is actually our first braking in the pacer. We need to be down to 45, so let's put it in step 3. We're already speeding. There's the 45. It's got good brakes. It has got good brakes. Now, you know when you watch one of my videos, there's always an overshoot of sorts. And if I'm really unlucky, there's a spad. So it's always nice to know, right up front, what the quality of the brakes are going to be like. And I need to take off that stopping distance marker. Unfortunately, every time you do a tutorial, that seems to pop back on. And I don't like playing with that on, to be fair. So I will do that. Let's put this in step 2. There's the squeal. Let's go and have a look at the doors opening. Oh, that's nice. What have we got down this side? Oh, look, there we go in the orange livery. Lovely. Right, so let me take off in the settings the is it in the HUD and gameplay? It is the stop marker. I want that off. Yes, we want that. There we go. So this is Kirkham at Wesham Station. So Kirkham's famous actually right now for being in bloom. So they really do maintain this station very nicely, and it's full of flowers. Bit different here, isn't it? A bit more basic at in this time period. But yeah, Kirkham's a very nice station. All right, let's get the doors locked. And we are now off to Polton Le Fylde, which is our next stop. We've got the green light, which is good. Give it some beans. How many notches of throttle have we got? We've got 7 notches of throttle. And 45 out of the station. And over on this right hand side, you've got the famous Fox's Biscuits, which quite cleverly has been renamed Cat's Biscuits. So if you're from up this way, you will know that Fox's Biscuits is there, and obviously a very famous biscuit factory. We've got the large logo 47 over there, which is one of the liveries that is included with this DLC. So we're going on to Blackpool North. This branch going off to the left, that is where you go to Blackpool South. That is the other route you will be taking. And that meant to be 30 over that junction, so that was a miss. Need to remember that in future. In fact, shall we have a look at the route map? What is this? It's just a loop, isn't it? That's just a loop that we're passing. Yeah, here's Blackpool South, the Blackpool South line. So they kind of, you know, come out like this and come back together. So what I did just 2 weeks ago, I took a train to Blackpool South, walked along the front, did a bit of shopping, then jumped back on at Blackpool North and went back to Preston. And that's quite a nice little round trip, that. It didn't cost that much. It was about 12 quid. I want to say about 12 quid return trip for an adult. That's not bad. It was a nice day out, really. And I half did it in preparation for playing this route, because it's been probably a year or so since I last did it. So it was nice to get out and re-familiarise myself with the route a little bit more. Right, Portland Filed, which is coming up in just under 5 miles. I wonder as well, you guys that have got Train Simulator Classic, did you play this route in Train Sim Classic? Because I know that Just Trains, I think it was Just Trains, actually built a scenario for this. Which, me being new to TS Classic, I wasn't able to get, because there's quite a few requirements in there that I wasn't able to get hold of. So I was a little bit disappointed. I couldn't play it in TSC, and then when it was announced here for TSW, I was obviously over the moon, because for TSW, of course, the routes come packaged, so everything you need for the route comes with the route, which was quite nice. And the other one that Just Trains do on TS Classic, which is also local to me, which I really would like, is the Preston to Barrow. Well, it actually goes on to Millom via Barrow. They've done that as well, and there's quite a lot of requirements for that, and I haven't got that yet. Now, for a future one, Just Trains, if you're watching, I would love you to bring that to TSW. Just so you know, I'll be equally excited to see that one, because that will take us up the West Coast main line, north from Preston as well, which will be really nice to see. We've got some rain starting. Shall we try the wipers? Put them on slow, shall we? Now, I think very soon, depends on the draw distance, we should be able to see the tower. So we'll see if we can spot it. In fact, it's right over there. Can you see that? There's the tower. So what we're actually doing on this route, as you saw on the route map, we're curving round like a kind of claw. If you look, the tower is about here. It's sort of it's more towards Blackpool North, I would say, than it is to south. But let's say it's about there. That lines up just right over there, doesn't it? So yeah. So look out for the tower when you're driving the route. You can see it quite early. I think it's really good that the draw distance covers it as well. Probably should have sounded the horn before we got to that crossing, but it's fine. Everyone's happy. I'm really enjoying this. Do you know, there isn't a route yet in TSW that I've completed every service on. There's some where I've played quite a lot and I've come close. This one's got 254 services. I honestly can find myself doing all those 254 over time, in all seriousness. And then, yeah, I was trying to sit and think the other day. There's quite a lot, you know, with the layers. There's quite a lot covered in this DLC as well. You know, from a rolling stock perspective, etc. I was trying to think, could there ever be a DLC pack for this? I know the thing hasn't really come out yet. You're watching this 24 hours before you'll get your hands on it, and I'm talking about DLC packs, but I always try to think ahead, you know, what else would, in this time period, run along this line. I don't know if you guys have got any ideas on that, because some of you guys are, you know, way more into railways than I am, and know a lot more about, you know, the operations for certain time periods. So if you've got any ideas about what could possibly come to this route in the future, in addition to this, let me know below, because this is one route. When I've completed it, I will be looking for more to do, and I'm going to achieve that obviously by free roam. I'm going to put the 150 on there, I'll run the 37, etc. So I'll get some more playability out of it, but an official pack would be quite nice. And because I'm talking, here we go again. We're approaching Bolton Le Files at a rate of knots, so we're just going through 40, so we've got a 20 coming up. I'm not sure if that is after the station, I think it is. We've seen quite a bit of traffic as well so far, which is also nice to see. Let's put a bit of brake in as we approach Bolton. So you saw that I skipped the tutorial for the 142. I would say it's not a difficult train to drive by any means. So, you know, do the tutorial, definitely do the tutorial, but you could just jump straight in. I'm sure you'll manage to drive it. You guys have been playing TSW now for a long time, so right. Let's get everybody on board. We've got a few seconds, so let's look outside at Bolton. So as we come out of Bolton, you see this branch here to the right. So we're going up to the left to Blackpool North. To the right here is the route up. This is the Burn-Naze branch. So this is where you'll be running some freight. So once again, if we just have a quick look at the map, this is the Burn-Naze branch, which I don't know this branch at all. This is the only bit of the route that I'm not familiar with. So I'm pleased that that's in there. It's only short, but it's going to be good to explore that. I'm looking forward to that. Right, we've got a few seconds. I'm going to have a drink of tea, and why not? Then we'll get the doors closed. If you're in Lancashire, you drink copious amounts of tea. Let's get the doors locked. And the guard will buzz you as well, so, you know, really, we should buzz him back, although it's not a necessity, but if you're immersing yourself in this, then yes, you should always use the guard's buzzer. Right, we've got a 20 out of the station, so I'll do my best to observe the proper speed limits. Bolton number 3 box is right there, monitoring the station, the Burn-Naze branch, and the route to Blackpool North. And we're actually stopping next at Leighton, which again you'll see in my nostalgia video was a place that I worked for, just a placement for several weeks, but I've got fond memories of Leighton. And Leighton Station is right outside Blackpool North. It's very close actually. I said I wouldn't speed and I've already done it. 1.7 miles. Let's just pick up the pace slightly. Yeah, Leighton Station you'll see has got a very old station building up there. And at the time I was placed there as a railway trainee, working with the regular staff. It was kind of this time of year. It was November, December, probably 1989 it was, and the old building still had a very big open fireplace. And I remember the staff getting a first thing in the morning from 6 when they signed on, getting a big roaring fire going, and you know, every time a train came in and you had to go and sort the train out and get it out the platform, everybody looked at each other. They didn't want to step out of the waiting room, out of the office I should say, out of that heat and go onto the very cold, wintry northwest platforms at that time. It was easy for me, you see, because I was just a trainee, so it wasn't my real responsibility to go out and do that. So I got to drink tea, sit in front of the fire, sell a few tickets through the window, that kind of thing. Yeah, happy days. And now I get to drive a train through Leighton Station. How mad is that? That's bonkers to me. It's a strange feeling. It really is a strange feeling, and I hope that, you know, some of you guys already, no doubt, one of the routes that we've already got in Trains World is or was your local route, and you can understand where I'm coming from. You know, and it's not going to be possible for everybody, is it? But I do hope that some of you, you know, do get your route, your own route, or one that you know very well in TSW at some point. Then you'll understand, you know, you'll understand properly why I'm getting so excited. It really is a strange experience because, you know, with some routes, you can't tell whether they've nailed it or not if you don't have experience of that route. This one, because I know it, I can tell straight away. They've nailed it. They have absolutely nailed it. I love this. But this is Leighton Station, so we will get some breakage on. There's the aforementioned station building there, over on the right hand side, just as we come in. Let's get the brakes on. Oh, I didn't want to go to emergency brake. I did not want to do that. So I'm hoping that I caught that emergency brake enough, and there's no procedure that we need to do to release that emergency brake. Let's just have a quick look now at the station building. So this is the station building I was talking about. So you know, people would come in through. I think, yeah, they come in through there. There was a door somewhere. They didn't come in through here. There's a door around. There might be a door around the other side that you can't see. Anyway, this is the station building where we used to have the fires. Very nice. Oh, look at this. Now this, look at this. Preston North End. Now I have got a season ticket at Preston North End, and this is how you can tell you've got local developers, right? Because the rivalry between Preston North End and Blackpool has been going on a very, very long time, and they've actually fought to put graffiti where presumably the North End fans coming back from a Blackpool game have daubed this all over this wall. That is pretty neat. That is neat. That's a little detail that will go unnoticed by lots of people. But if you know, you know. That's pretty good. We got Pac-Man over here, look. Another nod to the 80s, I'm sure. Well, there we go. Even Preston North End have made it into this route. And so close to Blackpool as well. Now, there's going to be a Blackpool equivalent of that somewhere. I can't believe there would just be North End graffiti. That's good, that. I like that. Alright. We can go to 70. This is how near we are to Blackpool. We're less than a mile, you see, from Blackpool North. You can see the tower poking out over those flats. Well, you did till the rain. There's just see the tip of it. The rain was coming up. You see the flag on top. And as we get to Blackpool, it's getting very, very dark. And 9 out of 10 times when you go to Blackpool, it's like this anyway. It's not all, you know, buckets and spades and all the rest of it. It really can be like this, and it can come in quite quickly as well over the coast. So we've got to go via first as a pacer passes us the other way towards Preston. Blackpool North down Main, and there is a red light coming up. Now that red light might disappear once we get this go via. So I'm gonna slow down anyway because we are very, very close to Blackpool North. And I wonder if this go via is to stop you hurtling into Blackpool North Station. I can see the red light actually just there, just beyond it. Can you see that? You see the red signal? But Blackpool North being the end of the line, of course, you do not want to go hurtling through there. That would not work very well. So there's the signal changing for us. That's nice, and we need to be 15 miles per hour. So that has just slowed us down very, very nicely. And we got to experience a bit of Blackpool weather, which is pretty awesome. So there is the tower. A few lights on at the tower there, right at the top. So that is where the observatory sort of deck is, or observation deck, I should say. So you can walk all the way around up the top of there. Do you know, I've lived within 15 miles or so of Blackpool all my life. I've only been up the tower once, and that was only in the last sort of 5 years, I would say. I think it's one of those things, once you've been up the tower, you've been up it. I think, you know, I don't know if it's somewhere you would keep going back to. But you can say you've done it, so there you go. Right, this is Blackpool North, and look over on the right hand side, coming in from Tees Valley, we've got the Class 20. There's our Class 08, waiting to perform its duties. The 20 is doing a rail tour, isn't it? I don't think it's on the regular passenger services. I think it's a rail tour. Welcome to a very grey and wet Blackpool North. See the tower just disappearing behind the top of the station. We'll have a quick look at it. We'll go and fly around a little bit once we get into the station. There we go. So let's get the doors open. There they go. Yeah, see, look at these glowing door lights. I love that. And it's especially, you can see it especially well now in this light. Let's just have a quick look up here. Yeah, so there's the tower. The tower looks, it's nicely modelled, isn't it, the tower? It does look good, that. Here's Blackpool itself. There's a big Sainsbury's over here right now. All this is gone. There's a massive Sainsbury's. Of course, Blackpool is right on the front. You've got the North Pier, Central Pier, South Pier, along there. You can't walk to those. I'm not sure how far you can actually get once you get outside the DLC. This is Blackpool Station itself. This looks very, very similar to how it does now, apart from there are some barriers just there, and it might just kick us out in a second. The roof's leaking. Excellent. There's the 47, the Lloyd's logo 47, which we also get, and that looks pretty good. It does look good. I've got to tell you, let me just get the doors closed first. Shall we do that? And we'll just look at the summary. This has been the first look, and I have to tell you, this is spot on. It really is spot on for me. I can't tell you. We've not even been to Ormskirk yet. We've not even been to Blackpool South right now. That was just Preston to Blackpool North, and even that has got me excited. I can't wait to actually do the live with you this evening and run this a bit more. We'll try and cover every branch if we can in the live. We'll go from I think we'll do, Ormskirk right through to Blackpool South. I think we'll do that. We'll have a look at the Bernays branch and whatever else we can look at in the live. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it couldn't be live, but I hope you've enjoyed an early look at it. I hope you're also sharing my excitement, and I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it, honestly, and let me know what you think, because this is going to be, I think this is going to be really big for TSW, and I think, the quality of this one is going to be hard to beat. I'm throwing that out there right now. So we've got a few routes coming up, haven't we? that have been named on the roadmap. So if they're even half as good as this one, we're in for a treat, I think. So thanks once again, everybody, for coming in and spending some time on this run to Blackpool North. Thank you for indulging all my reminiscences as we make the journey. I'm afraid you're gonna get that with me going forwards. Thanks for coming in. Leave me a like, don't forget that, and subscribe if you haven't done already. We've got lots of the Blackpool branches coming up over the next few weeks and months. Take care, everybody. I will see you later. Bye for now.